Hello, hello, hello. Make sure you can hear me okay because I changed my microphone. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing good. And I also updated my background. Isn't this amazing? So, and Aiden is not late. I love that. So here, let me see here. Aiden is not late. He's normally late, like all the time. And he was here super duper early, it seems. And we have some people joining us. That's good. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from because I would really like to know. Aiden, I don't even know where you live. I don't know where you live. Please let me know in the comments. And today we're talking about something that I should have talked about before. We're talking about TEDx, and that's going to be very exciting. And if I do have something in my teeth, it's because I literally finished my kebab and fries 30 seconds before I went live. So if you can see leftovers, it's for later. Yeah, don't judge. Thank you for loving it. It's really, really cool. Actually, it's the same backdrop as I've been using, but I updated the lights, and I'm really happy with them because they do look like lightsabers. Yes, they do. All right, we're watching from India, and we are 1 hour away from London. Are you joining for the session? Let me know. So, all right, I was thinking to myself the other day, what should I be doing on my live streams? Because I did quite a lot of live streams last year, probably 20 or so. And then this year, I was thinking I'm going to continue doing them weekly. And and then I have to think about what I'm going to do. So I started thinking, like, some of the things that I would like to see is, a card trick being explained, how things work, like how do I run the tech stuff of my shows, and how do I run like this kind of thing. And I was also thinking that the TED Talks, that's something that I don't really talk about, like how I got into it, how I did it, how it works, if you're getting paid or all that things. So I thought that we should talk about that here today. And we see here, how was Andre's show? It was very, very good. Actually, why do I sound so surprised? I'm not surprised. It was really good. For those of you who don't know, I just watched Andrei Pshenichka's show Magnolia today, and it was very interesting. It was not what I expected. It was a very interactive show where basically everyone was part of the show, and if you happen to have a deck of cards on you, then you could absolutely do one of the tricks like in front of the camera and it would work. It was really, really cool. So highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. He spent months creating this, so it was really, really good. Anyways, so today let's talk about TEDx. So for those of you who don't know, I have done 5 TEDx appearances, and not all of them have been the same. So the first one was a talk. The second one was a performance, like it was a 10-year anniversary thing here in Stockholm. The third one was in Poland. That's another talk. And then fourth one was in Malmö. That was the world's first virtual TEDx. That was the very first one that was held internationally in that way, which was really cool. So I got to host that. And then yesterday, I did one for a university in India. So that was also online. So all of them has been very different. So the one yesterday was also a performance. So to sum it up, a talk, performance, talk, host, performance. So that's a lot of them. We have Dan here. Hello, Dan. How are you? Hope you're doing well and that you read your book. Oh, Dan, you sent me 2 emails, I believe. And I'm gonna, blame the individuals that are currently running my life. But yes, I will see if I can find the artwork for you. I should have it. I'm gonna try to look into that as soon as I can. I have to go to the hospital tomorrow with Loa, because Loa is he's constantly vomiting. He's 11 weeks old and he vomits all the time. So we're thinking maybe he has like a milk allergy. That's not fun. But we're going to the doctor tomorrow to see what's up. Anyways, you're late. Oh, that's fine. You don't have to be late to be, early, I guess. You don't have to be early to be appreciated. I'm so happy that you're here. All right, let's hear. Aiden says, TEDx might just permanently hire you at this point. I agree. So yes, of course, Dan, anytime. So, I'm sure Loa will be okay. It's just, he just vomits all the time. Like all the time. It's constantly running out of his mouth. yeah, so it's if you see things on the shirts, then it can either be kebab sauce or it can be, you know, loa sauce, one of the two. So okay, let's talk about TEDx. First one I did was May 8th. I should looked at all of these up, like the dates. But I know that one. That was May 8th, 2018. And I know which date it was because I premiered my show Where the Magic Happens on the 5th. So the 5th of May, I did the show. It was a huge success. I hired a limousine. I got extremely drunk on 2 glasses of champagne. I guess it was, you know, the hype. I could not vomit because it was too much. So my best friend Julia, she pushed her fingers into my mouth, so I vomited. It was a good night, you know. And then on the 6th, I was hungover. And then the 7th, I flew to TEDx. And then on the 8th, I did it. Funny thing with that story is that I had no idea what I was going to do for the TEDx before, you know, the vomiting and limousine thing. And basically not the second day either because it was, you know, I was resting. So I basically wrote the thing when I was there, like the day before I was going to perform it. And when I say that, it's not completely true because I had someone help me. His name is Matt. He helped me write the script, but not really like sit down and write it down. This is exactly what you're going to say, but more like having an idea of what I wanted to say or what I wanted them to feel, rather. So when I worked on my show, Where the Magic Happens, it was really important to me to understand what I wanted the people to bring out of the theater. So what I wanted them to feel was that, you know, I didn't want them to feel like, oh my God, she fooled me so bad, you know. I wanted them to feel like, oh my God, I love Caroline. She's so funny. I would like to be her friend. Oh my God, she's amazing. You know, like more that than, oh my God, I can't believe didn't think of that thing for that trick, you know. Yeah, so that was, yeah, it was a really fun night. Thank you. But yeah, so I wanted them to feel like anything is possible and that the story is real and the story is authentic and all of that stuff. So I thought I'd start by showing you what I wanted for the intro for the first TEDx. When we see this, it's only like a minute long, not even a minute long. It doesn't look as good as I wanted it to because we didn't have the proper time to rehearse. So if you are doing a TED Talk and you want a specific thing look a specific way, I would highly recommend you to film it yourself first and then send it to them and say this is exactly what I want, or this is, you know, this is a draft of what I want. But because it's so much easier for them at the spot to actually get it done if they've seen it before. But anyways, let me show you this to you. This was also the the intro for Where the Magic Happens, but it looked, you know, way better. So here you go. Take a look at this. All right, it looked good, but it wasn't perfect. So if you didn't really see what happened, if you're watching on like a small screen, you might not have seen, but it was, don't I have one of those here? No, I don't. It was me sitting in my grandfather's hat. I had a silk and I was waving it. I think also it's on YouTube actually, when I think of it. It's, yeah, it is. The intro for Where the Magic Happens is also on, it's also on YouTube, the entire thing. So you take the silk and I was just doing this and it had like a really nice backlight. And so doing it up and down like this, and then I pushed it into my hand and I took my wand and it vanished just like that. So what didn't work here is that, well, and I couldn't see it because, you know, I didn't see what the audience saw when, you know, everything happened. What happened here was that the backlight was way too narrow and I wanted it to be, you know, wider, and I wanted people to be able to see the silk the entire time. So basically it was way too dark for what I wanted to achieve. That's what it looked like. So the intro, I wanted to feel like, yes, this is something that's real, that's something that's nice, that's something that, you know, touches the heart. So that's what I did. And then here is what I said. So let's jump right into this. Even, like when I think of this, like when I think of what happened, it's way better than it is here. But then again, this was almost 4 years ago, and I'm still using the script, and I've changed the script, and it's way tighter now. So, but take a look at this.
"What's that behind your ear?" he said, smiling at me. And I knew what was coming. I'd seen this before. And as my grandfather pulled the coin out from behind my ear, I felt the body fill with the wonders of magic. And he had me spellbound.
Not sure why it's not continuing, because it's longer. Anyways, so what I said there was, he had me spellbound, and I remember a feeling of warm tears filling my eyes as I thought that one day I'm gonna be just like him. So here we're thrown into a story where there's this girl, she has this hat, and she wants to be a magician because her grandfather was a magician. So that's basically the entire story for the first TED Talk. So, Pablo is here. Hello, Pablo. And Magia Becerra says that it was beautiful. Thank you. Let's back everything up. So my agent Charlotte, she knows a guy who organized TEDx in Umeå. That's where we were. It's in the north of Sweden. So she knew him, and they were like, "Yeah, do you know anyone who can do a TED Talk?" And she was like, "Yeah, Caroline's amazing." So I ended up doing it. And normally, when you're a TEDx speaker or a performer, you will get someone from the TEDx team to kind of guide you through what you need and what you don't need to be able to do a good talk. And the limits are very narrow. So it cannot be 1 second longer than 18 minutes, because then they're not gonna send it up on the TED website. So all of the TED Talks, even the TEDx Talks, are on TED.com. So if you go on TED.com and you search for my name, you will see all of my TEDx performances. So I didn't get one from the TEDx team to help me, which was kind of a shame. So I found Matt online, and we created this story of the magician, and which was also part of Where the Magic Happens, but also how the mind works when we see magic. So the entire first speech is basically about the girl who does magic. Her grandfather was a magician, and also how the peekaboo, when we do peekaboo for our kids, how that affects our brain, and how like the thesis is like I'm a magician, I can say whatever I want. So it was like, what if magic was the first type of communication that we learn to understand? Because what if the same centra in the brain is triggered when we see a magic trick as when we do, peekaboo in the beginning? Because we're shocked in the beginning. We don't understand what happens when we, cover the eyes, because babies don't understand what's going on. So that was quite interesting. So, I really enjoyed that talk, even though I wasn't, super duper prepared. So I did that one. And after that, if you do something like that, then you get so much credibility for what you do that everyone is like, people want to write about it because it's such a big deal. And they did quite a good job there. And the TEDx, TED, is in America. And then the X is wherever TED is hosted all around the world. So even in America, but not exactly that specific spot. I don't know where they do the normal TEDx. TED, sorry. So everything else is called TEDx. And what was I going to say with that? I don't understand. Yeah. So the first TEDx ever was in Stockholm. And that was, let me think, 2019. So it's probably 2009 or so. It has been 2009. Because I did my second TED Talk in 2019, and it was a 10-year anniversary. And for that, they just wanted to have like a show. They wanted a fun show. They wanted an interactive show. And I actually found my favorite part of the show that I wanted to show you guys. And this trick that I'm showing you, this video, it's a snippet from the full video, of course. And that video is my most viewed video on my YouTube channel, probably. It's by far, I think. And what people search for to get to this video is, because you can go into analytics and see exactly what people search for and like where people find you. The exact phrase most people search for in the search bar on YouTube to get to my video is hug anal. Yep. And here it is.
Andreas.
Andreas, oh, hey, please. I don't really, okay, we're not doing that. Okay, well, I have a system for this. So hold out your hand, please. I want you to hold this, and we're going to place a dice inside. Take your other hand and place it on top. And I brought these. Come, join me. I don't bite super hard very often, but sometimes. Yes, gin and tonic normally helps. So I want you to shake the cup and take a little look inside. I can see it, that's fine. Number 4. Okay, thank you. Are you ready? It says we're supposed to hug. Thank you, Andreas. Oh, please stay. We're having so much fun. Please stay.
Yeah. That guy tried to get my number not once, not twice, probably 3 times before I left the venue that day. Anyways, his name is Andreas, and so is my baby's dad, so that's good. I almost spat my drink out at the search parameter. Yeah, that's really funny. Actually, it's 100% true. I should find it and take a print screen and post that on my Instagram, because it is so funny that it is what people search for to find me. Caroline Raven, the sweetest thing. Anyways, so moving forward, that was the Stockholm one. And then after doing that, as I said with the credibility, kind of just, it's like a snowball effect, really. And because when you are in the TEDx system, people will talk and she did a good job, he did a good job, this is a good speaker. And so people will get to know about you and what you do. So then I was invited to go to, can't remember the name, but it was in Poland. So I went to Poland, and it was a TEDx just for women. And this was my intro, and I thought it would be funny because I was not expecting them to clap and laugh. So this is the intro. When I was a kid, all I wanted to do was magic. I wanted to be able to go up to my friends and ask them, "What's this thing behind your ear?" and produce coins. It was thank you. That was my absolute favorite thing in the entire world. I could pull coins all day. I could make them vanish. I could make them reappear. And I managed this from hours and hours in front of a mirror. I loved watching myself perform. I loved looking at the coins, the silk, and I loved having every single moment become so clear that the magic was so strong that nothing could stop me. And then, just like that, it would go back whenever I wanted. It's a sweet trick, isn't it? I like that trick. So that was number 3, yes. And what they wanted for that one, they wanted it to be more of a speech thing. And since it was a TEDx just for women, they wanted me to talk about the fact that women in magic are very underrepresented. Is that the word? Yeah. And they kind of wanted me to express what it is like to be a woman in magic. And most of the times when this is a completely, this is a topic by itself, I could talk about this for hours. But what happens when you are a female magician is either you're not expected to be very good at what you do, which is funny, or the magic problems that women have are supposed to be talked by just by women. That's what you get. And you're getting into these I don't know, I don't want to call them groups, but it's kind of, you're super duper welcome, but you're not 100% welcome in to be one of the guys. So they wanted me to talk about that, and something that happened to me the summer 2019, it must have been. Because this was in the fall. This is just a short piece of what I said, but it's a food for thought, It's like that feeling, when you're on your period and you sneeze and your tampon lets go. Or is it just me? The first instinct is panic, and then you're nah, you're good. So, yes, it's a weird feeling. And the same thing happens when I go deeper into the magic, into the community. Last summer, I took a course in magic, and I was assuming I was going to be the only woman, right? But there were like 4 or 5 other women from all over the world. One was from Las Vegas, one came in from North Island, some woman came from, I think she was from Canada, was she? And I was super excited, let me tell you, I was super excited. And I was thinking it was going to be a party, you know? We're sitting there, first day of the convention, and I'm sitting there with all my friends. Oh yes. And my teacher tells me that he's also my mentor and friend. And he tells me, well, us, tomorrow we're going to go out for a guided tour into the city where there used to be Vikings. And I start imagining beers and talking about magic and sharing everything with all of my friends. But then he looks up. And he says, but for the ladies, you're going to stay here and talk about the problems you're facing in our industry. You're welcome. That's 100% true. That is 100% true. So the women actually got to stay behind, and we got to sit and talk about the problems we're facing as female entertainers. In a way, I can understand why women have, a need to talk about these things with other women. But it's kind of weird how a male magician tells the women that you guys have a problem, so you fix it now. So it's so that's what I was talking about. It was kind of cool. So if you search for my name, Caroline Raven, on TED.com, you can actually find this talk. And let me know what you think. It's kind of interesting. I forgot to press this button today. It's my favorite one. I placed it there. Which one have I forgotten? Oh yeah, I never saved something from my, let me see if I can find something real quick for you. That should be in, if you have any questions, by the way, let me know in the comments, because I'm gonna leave quite soon because I have my book club for magicians. Let's see here, I think maybe, no, it's not there. It's probably, it is here. Okay. Nope. No, it's not that one. No, it's not. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Yesterday. There was one from today. Okay, I can't find it. It is on the TED.com website. So that was when I was the host, and that was pretty cool, actually. I got to introduce, the Iceman, which was cool, and Bruce Dickinson, which was also really cool. Yes, that's what I did. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but my biggest goal in life is to host Eurovision Song Contest. Not just, the Swedish one, but the Eurovision Song Contest. That's going to be so amazing when I get to do that. So that's fun. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, so here are my advice. If you want to do a TED Talk or a performance, I think you should consider not only what is my idea, what is it that I want the people to know, but more, because if you're an entertainer, your job is to entertain them. So what do you want them to feel? What do you want them to think? What kind of input and insight do you want them to have in our industry? And what kind of a problem/solution do you come with to the venue? And so those are some of the things that you should think about before you either contact them or they've contacted you and you're starting to work on a performance or something. But I see we have some people writing. We need some feminism in the magic community. I agree. But I don't want to be the one, with the torch, because I think we have come further. We should have come further than we are. Isn't it strange though? He said, like a respected magician said to other full-time magicians, you guys stay behind and talk about this. We had a great talk. It's not that. We did. Wim Hof is a legend indeed. You're so jealous, of course you are. But he was not there. He was joining us on. Actually, he was not joining us over a link. He sent in a video, and he was not really supposed to, but he did. So, you know, secret. Now it's on the internet, so it's fine. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share today. Actually, just how you can do it and what it can look like, and you know, all the different types of things you can do. But really, it's really easy to get into the TEDx system if you have something to share. Like, all of us watching are probably magicians or entertainers of some sort. So if you have one video of you performing something, I think that's good enough. So if you go to, let's say, TEDx Stockholm, for instance. So I would go search for TEDx Stockholm on Google, and they have, you know, contact people all over the page. You send them an email, because they're constantly looking for entertainment. They send them an email. Hello, I'm Caroline. I'm super cool. Here is a clip of me. I would love to join you at your event and making it more magical or entertaining or, you know, memorable or whatever word you want to use. And I'm pretty sure that they would be really happy to have you. So once you've done one, it's so much easier to get into the other ones. And one thing to consider though, it doesn't pay. It's you do it completely for free. It takes up a lot of time to prepare and to do it and to go there and all of that stuff. But at the end, you have amazing video that you can access, and it's the credibility thing, and it's really cool. Like when you can say, yeah, I just did my 5th TED Talk. It's kind of, you know, interesting because people know what a TED Talk is. And the thing with TEDx is that it is the same rules apply to a TEDx as it does for a TED. The only difference is that it's with the X really, and then they add the city. And yeah, I think like everyone I've been talking to here on the chat box, I think all of you guys have something that you can share. Like right now, I'm pretty sure you have either video or, you know, you can record something that is 100% good enough to share on a TEDx stage. So, and also one thing that's really good with the TEDx is that they have like amazing tech people. There are some glitches, of course, and sometimes it doesn't look 100%. But yeah, they're gonna make you look as good as they possibly can. So it's really, really cool. Anyways, so I have to prepare for book club because today we're talking about, you know, the Tarbell course in magic. Yay! And we're gonna do another book starting in 2 weeks, and I don't know which one yet. I'm either thinking The Boy Who Cried Magic or How Magicians Think, because those 2 books have gotten the most votes so far. So I'm thinking maybe one of them. 100%, yes. Also, did you see my YouTube video here that I posted with the Star Wars playing cards, where I did the rookiest mistake ever when I was reviewing the cards? So I was debating with myself, either do the review of the cards or talk about my studio, because I really wanted to do a new studio, you know, tour. So I decided to do the cards like 2 minutes before I started recording. I was super tired. I have twins, you know, I'm, you know, constantly tired. And I record it, I edit it, and as I'm sitting there editing, I'm like, there is something wrong here. You know, there's something that is not correct. And then the comments starts to pour in. I say that the Joker is R2-D2, but it's of course BB-8. And I feel like such a noob. I felt like such a noob. Yeah, that happened. I just have to own it. In a way, I was like, yeah, maybe I should delete it, record a new one. But no, I'm gonna leave it be and look like a noob. It's fine. It's fine. I'm telling you, it's fine. Well, great. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you do have any questions about TEDx, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. And yeah, even Ada knows that it was a noob mistake. Yeah, I felt so stupid. Because I'm a Star Wars fan, you know. It's I should have known. Well, great. Anyways, I hope to see you in book club if you are joining us. If you are part of the book club, please let me know. And if you're joining or not, because a lot of people are in the club and they don't join us for the lives, which is a shame, because that's where, you know, get all the good juice and, you know, all that stuff. You can watch it after, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Well, great. I will see you guys next week. We do lives every Sunday, and every Friday there is a new video coming up. And if you have not already, wait, let me press this one. subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's about time to do so. And yeah, I'll see you guys either on book club or next Friday or on Sunday next week. Okay, see ya.